Yo, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to my channel, The Stone Mandalorian. I'm the Stoned Mando. You can call me Cody or Stone for short. Doesn't matter to me, whatever your preference is. And I appreciate you taking a few minutes to hang out with me today. I wanted to show you all this Triceratops, juvenile Triceratops from the Hammond collection. I just got this today. It is Saturday, the 18th, I believe. And man, if you've been watching my reviews lately, or you're a regular on my channel, you know that I've just got absolutely gotten sucked in with this Hammond collection, man. I've rediscovered my childhood love for dinosaurs, man. I'm just having such a great fun time collecting this line, man. But I got this for 15 bucks off of eBay, so I'm pretty stoked about that. It's an awesome looking figure. There is actually two variants of this figure going around. There's a more brown version, and then there's also a green color variant version. I believe, from what I can tell from looking at the box, this looks like the green color version. So I am pretty stoked about that. I do green is one of my favorite colors. And when I seen the variant, I really did like the green version, so this is pretty cool. But let me not waste any more time. Let's crack this thing open and take a closer look at it. And look at this cute ass little Triceratops, man. And this is definitely the green version. You can definitely see that green on the back, this beautiful pattern here. And I will go ahead and show y'all the paint on this thing real quick. So you can see it's got green all along the frill right here. Looks very nice. Nice texture on the skin itself, some nice wrinkles and folds, very lifelike. This beautiful, beautiful glass eye that just looks so lifelike, man. I really love this so much, especially when it catches that light the right way, dude. That is just so adorable, man. I really am loving this green. Loving the green pattern along the back. Give you a look at the underbelly here. Got a nice kind of grayish neutral tone, almost like a white, washed out gray. Got some articulation in the tail here. This is a ball joint right here at the tail, so you can go back and forth, up and down, however you like to pose it. Same thing at the neck here. There's a ball joint. Not a whole lot of side to side, but there's a lot of open up and down motion, as you can see. There is an articulated jaw on this version. There is not an articulated jaw on the adult Hammond collection Triceratops, so it's kind of strange, that for sure. Definitely a strange choice. Got some nice deep cuts here in the front legs. So you can get it right about that with the front leg. There's also some rockers on all the feet, as you can see, and hinges at the ankle as well. A lot of range of motion, so you can see the feet go down about that far. They come up a fair amount too. Not as much as they go back, but the hinges are still pretty deep, still pretty nice. And sorry, I was a little off camera, y'all. Just look at this glass eye, man. Try to get this focused in for y'all. Just man, this is a beautiful looking figure, man. How cute. This is just so adorable, man. I am really loving this green along the top of the frill here. These little spikes here of the bone, I believe it's pronounced how I'm trying to think how it's pronounced. It's like epoccipitals or something like that. Epoccipitals. I can't remember, but there is a term for these little spikes on the frill. So this part right here is the frill of the Triceratops. Obviously, these are the horns. And this is also meant to be a juvenile, so this is definitely a smaller scaled version of this species. There's no doubt. I just can't get over that glass eye, dude. Look how beautiful that is. When it catches that light just the right way, that is awesome. Just want to get a nice close up here. It's hard to see the glass eye the closer it is, but you really get a good look at all the detail in the paint here. Articulation is pretty sweet too, man. Everything you'd want out of a little figure. No, okay, I about to say no short articulation. There is a hinge down in there. You can see that hinge underneath the armpit there, so you can get some little bit of range, side range under the shoulders here. I don't know if the legs part just go back. There's a little bit of motion in the legs, not a whole lot. Look, not a whole lot. Kind of widen out his stance, but man, just the God, this is a beautiful looking figure. What an amazing looking creature. And full grown, these things were known to be the size of like African elephants, which is the largest species of elephant on the planet. Beautiful figure, man. So adorable. There's swivel at the front knee And there is swivel at the back knee. Oh, shit, hit the camera. Swivel at the back knee as well. Want to point that out to y'all as well. One thing that does kind of suck about this figure that I gotta be honest with y'all is there's a lot of range of motion up and down, but when you look to the side, there's not a whole lot of side to side motion you can go. Just the way that the sculpt is, I guess, but there's no side to side looking at all. And you can see the pink on the inside of the mouth is very nicely painted. No missed spots. Pretty decent articulated jaw right here. It does kind of break up the sculpt when you open it up from the beak, which is another interesting part of this species. Is they were beaked animals, but I kind of like the way it looks with it closed. It just gives it a more seamless look. And here we go with the dino side by side comparisons, motherfucker. So here on the right we have, this is my most recent Hammond collection pickup. This is the Allosaurus. I absolutely love this figure, but you can just see this is just a little bite-sized snack for the Allosaurus, man. And now here standing on the right for the side-by-side comparisons is the Therizinosaurus, which is my first ever Hammond collection pickup. Got this at Target for $20 on sale. And I'm so glad I picked it up, man. This started a whole new addiction that I'm having so much fun with. And now standing on the right here is one of my favorite species of dinos, and this is the Pachycephalosaurus from Lost World, Jurassic Park. Here standing now is on the right is the mainline Stegosaurus, another species that I'm glad to have representation for in my collection. Now, side-by-side comparisons, here we have on the right the Amber Collection Tiger Stripe Lost World Velociraptor. And my wife actually bought this for me. I love this raptor very, very much. Such a fun figure and awesome paint on this thing. And here on the right now is my first Beast of the Mesozoic figure, and this is the Velociraptor mongoliensis. And this is from Beast of the Mesozoic Raptor series, and I am infatuated with that line as well. Just David Silva, the guy that is in charge for that line, he's got a lot of sculpting and art experience from McFarlane and NECA and Hasbro. He's worked for a lot of companies. This guy knows what he's doing, but the amount of sculpting and paint that you get on these figures, they're very decently articulated as well. They're also they're sculpted based off scientifically accurate fossils. They're supposed to be like scientifically accurate interpretations, representations for said species. So I love this figure as well. And this is the side-by-side comparison that I've been most excited for and most anticipating. Here on the left is the Dino Trackers Triceratops, and you can see that this one has the articulated jaw, which the Hammond Collection version does not, but there is no articulation at the knees or anything or the feet. It's just here at the shoulders and the hips, and then the tail is articulated. It's not broke up like the Hammond Collection version, but these look so awesome next to each other, man. I just cannot get over this little Triceratops, man. It's absolutely adorable. I love it so much, and I just think this is so cool. Got a little daddy or mama Triceratops here taking care of little baby. Love this. Love both of these figures, man, so much. And another thing that's really cool about this Dino Trackers version of the Triceratops 2, decent sculpt and decent paint. Got it on sale at on Amazon for $20. It only retails for around $35, I believe. But from what I understand, this specific version of this Triceratops is a more correctly scaled and accurate representation for this species, because a lot of the time, from what I understand, the older Jurassic Park camera figures always downscaled the Triceratops because they always base it off that sick Triceratops that we see in the 93 OG Jurassic Park. But that being said, like I've said already in this review, a full-grown Triceratops was known to be the size of an African elephant. That is the largest species of elephant that we have on this planet Earth. So, and like I told y'all, that skeleton of Big John, dude, you're talking about 10 feet tall and over 26 feet long, and just the skeleton weighed 1,500 pounds. These were absolutely monstrous, ginormous animals, man. Just absolutely stunning looking creatures. It's pretty interesting, man. And something else that's also interesting is they believe that their horns are made of keratin, very similar to humans' fingernails or rhinos' horns, stuff like that. And I forget what I was reading about the other days because I've been going back and doing a bunch of research on a lot of dinosaurs, obviously. But there was something going on with the frill right here. This is what this is called, this part of the Triceratops. And they do believe that with the keratin that was a part of the frill area. And typically in like aviary species or reptiles, keratin tends to have color to it, so they think that the frills on some Triceratops could have even had some coloration and pigmentation to it. So that's pretty interesting, man. And all this is speculation. We don't know for sure, obviously, but these scientists know what they're doing, and yeah, man, who are we to argue with them? Dinosaurs are real, dude. You can't, you're not going to deny that, like some of these flat earthers like to believe, man. Like I've already said in this review, I am having such a fun time collecting these dinos, man. I haven't had this much fun collecting since probably when I first started the Black Series, to be quite honest with you. I still love the Black Series. Star Wars is my main passion, of course, but I'm just really, really enjoying this line. But something cool, I like to spit y'all a couple facts about the species, about the dinosaurs that I'm covering. Triceratops is a very common and well-known dinosaur species, so this was one that I was a little bit knowledgeable, that I kind of have some carryover knowledge from as a kid. And I do know that these were first discovered sometime in the late 1800s, like 1880s, 1890s, somewhere around there, basically around the time of the Bone Wars, stuff like that. And their name, Triceratops, is actually Greek for three-horned face. If you don't know, a lot of the dinosaur names are just Greek-rooted words, But another thing is, like I said this in my other, you have theropods, which are hollow-boned, three-toed carnivorous animals, bipedal. Then you have theropods that are four-legged, herbivorous or herbivore-eating animals. And there's a couple of different genus and species of dinosaurs, but Triceratops is neither of those. It's not a theropod or a sauropod. It's actually what's considered I guess it would be not Ceratopia. What would be the Cera? I forget the actual genus of what it's called. Ceratopsia or Ceratopia, something like that. But they're their own genus, basically, is what I'm trying to say. There's also another Triceratops fossil that am kind of knowledgeable about, and it was discovered sometime in 2014 or 15, and that skeleton was nicknamed Big John. It got that nickname from the owner of the ranch that it was actually discovered on. I believe it was somewhere in Montana. I'm kind of blanking at the moment right now, but it's roughly estimated to be roughly 65 million years old or older. And like I said, it's over 60% complete with a 75% complete skull, which is just really, really rad, man. It gives us a good idea as what we can guess and interpret that these creatures looked like. You know what I'm saying? But this specific skeleton of Big John, this Triceratops fossil, was almost 10 feet tall and over 26 feet in length, and just the remains, just the skeleton, weighed over 1,500 pounds. So you're talking about an animal. By the time you think about organs and muscle mass and all that stuff, you're talking about a couple tons for sure. There's no doubt at all of quite a few tons at that. He's also one of the biggest species, one of the biggest excavations of his species. He's 5 to 10% larger than any other Triceratops fossil that we have on record. But super interesting species. I absolutely love Triceratops. They're one of my favorite species up there, along with ankylosauruses or velociraptors or pachycephalosaurus. But you just, I got to spit y'all a couple facts and make this a little bit. I got to make the learning fun, man. But I am super happy to have the rest representation in my collection, my dino. I'm kind of building my own little Jurassic Park, I guess you could say. But I really do appreciate all of you who stick around for these reviews. I know it's not Star Wars based. That is my main passion, mostly what my channel is focused on. That is my bread and butter, my meat and potatoes, so to speak. But I appreciate all of you who are just kind of letting me do my own thing and show y'all some of these other cool figures that I have nostalgia for, that I'm just overall passionate about. And I just want to share my opinion on with y'all. Maybe even get y'all to help y'all influence into buying and getting y'all into another line or something. But like I said, I do appreciate y'all taking a few minutes to hang out with me and check this review out. Leave me a like and subscribe if you enjoyed it. I'd really, really appreciate it. Hope you enjoy some of my other content. Check it out. I'd really appreciate it. And yeah, that's pretty much it, y'all. I hope you're having a great day or night whenever you're watching this. Thank you again. I appreciate y'all watching. Y'all take it easy.